Good morning and welcome to the Core Politics Morning Briefing with me, Rob Double. It is Thursday the 31st of August 2017. Let's have a look at what's making the headlines today. So as you can see, there's one clear story coming through today, and I will touch on that in a second. But first, let's look at some of the other smaller stories which are making the papers. The FT, NHS, the NHS are planning to recruit recruiting agencies and pay them up to £100 million to find 5,000 doctors, predominantly GPs. That calculates to about £20,000 per GP, as part of a 3.5-year recruiting drive to plug GP shortages in the UK, which is a particular concern post-Brexit. It's also, however, part of Jeremy Hunt, the Health Secretary's plans to make GPs available 7 days a week by 2020 for the general public. So a £100 million figure the NHS is paying out to recruiting agencies is their big headline today. Second, as you can see in most of the pictures, the Diana 20th anniversary today. Today is, of course, the anniversary of her death. The Telegraph, Express, Sun, Mirror, all showing pictures there of Diana, but also of Prince William and Prince Harry, who are taking quite a main role in this anniversary. As you can see in the Sun's headline, she's still the people's princess. And in the Mirror, Harry, all of us lost somebody that day, obviously referring to 20 years ago. A lot of the pictures as well showing Harry and William looking at floral tributes both today, or rather yesterday, and 20 years ago when they first had the news of Diana's death. Let's look in focus then at the main story today. Now, this has been all over the news this morning. This is the main feed coming through in today's news cycle so far, the reaction to it, which is Theresa May, I am not a quitter. So post-election, as you probably know, Theresa May told Conservative MPs that she would only serve as long as the party wanted her to as leader. The Mirror recently reported that she'd penciled in just after March 2019, after the Brexit negotiations, as the time she was going to leave. Now she's saying, and she's reported to have said, that she wants to fight another election in the current timetable, that would be 2022, and that she's looking to continue as leader far beyond that penciled-in Brexit negotiation period, the far more long-term leadership plans and ambitions. Now, this also feeds into what she said about her conference speech, where it's not just going to be about Brexit, it's going to be about social issues, domestic issues, social justice in particular. So a far more comprehensive strategy for Theresa May to be a leader of the party for the long term. There are, of course, currently really no leadership contenders in the Conservative Party, and so a lot of ministers, a lot of prominent influencers in the Conservative Party are seeing this as a call for unity for the party to come together behind Theresa May as the only real leadership option for the party. However, expect a lot of response. This will come through in the news feed from Tory MPs, political commentators, about what the impact this is going to have and whether realistically Theresa May is actually going to last up until 2022. One more story then, this is from the I newspaper, UK Trade World Tour. Now, Theresa May currently is in Japan. She's part of the talk she's in Japan for is to do with trade and trying to secure some kind of trade deals. Boris Johnson, the Foreign Secretary, is on a trip to Nigeria, which is Africa's biggest economy. The idea this feeds into is that the UK is gearing itself up for expanding its trade deals with very much an international perspective across the whole world, a global Britain, as Theresa May has often said. Now, how this is going to happen, Theresa May is saying that it is possible that the UK could piggyback off existing EU agreements and trade deals with countries, so effectively replicate and copy what the EU have done with some other countries. This, however, is yet to be proven, but the Eye has got a big spread on that if you're interested in reading more. Japan has obviously said that their priority is a trade deal with the EU, about a £3.6 billion trade deal with the EU. They're concerned about the instability and the lack of clarity currently to do with Brexit, and so they're going to prioritise the EU over the UK at the moment. That's pretty much it for today. You're all caught up with the news. Don't forget you can find out more from looking at our social feeds on Facebook and Twitter. But from me and all the team here at Core London, have a fantastic day ahead.